and this and that, whatever you put up there. They ended up giving me a Windows Media Player, and that mattered to.
Dr. Dre,
I can't really go.
Near side and plays it ahead. Off a stick to center ice.
Oh, Brad Marchand with the hit, and then he ran after Tatum again seconds later.
Mikola shoots the puck back into the Toronto zone. No score, first period. Played ahead into the slot area, and now the Leafs bank it off the boards, and it'll be cleared out into the center ice area and down into Florida territory. Ekblad quickly sends it back the other way, and this will turn into an icing and an offensive zone faceoff coming into the zone. Listen to our friends from the Dallas radio on my way in today, and Daryl Ray, you know very well, you roomed with him. The man either has a thesaurus beside himself. He used 3 words I'd never heard in my lifetime, including animus.
That's when there is the vote and everybody votes the same way.
No, animus. Boy, you are some.
I will text him during the season. I'll catch some of the games on TV or radio, and I say, you're making us look bad.
First off, we don't know how to use it in a sentence.
You don't use any word bigger than marmalade.
No. Well, that's enough syllables anyway, right? Centering pass is cut off by the Panthers, and they animously get it out at center and shoot it in, and it's going to be covered up by Joseph. Now, you know what it means? I wrote it down because I had to. Ill will or
Signal next time.
will or hostility. So he was using it as the coaches were animus to the officials. Ill will. No, they were hostile. You know what? That's what a good color man can do. I wish we had one.
If I use a big word, it would only be to sound more photosynthetic.
No, yeah, the 2 of us are dumb as hammers.
Northern Ontario,
yeah, but somebody hired us. Could you imagine? Look to the line and not out. Tipped in by Florida. Into the corner, backhanded by Gadjevic to the point. It comes long shot. Deflected just wide of the net off Nate Schmidt's stick. Schmidt looking for a pass back in the slot. Goes down around back of the net. Greer trying to get it back to him, and he does. Schmidt to his defense partner. Another long shot. Picked away there by Wall. Good pressure here from Florida. Morgan Riley getting it ahead. Leafs can do no better than to just flip it out and hope for a change. Brought right back in again by Schmidt, but he drops it back for Nosek, and it is offside at the blue line.
That was an early pushes from Florida here so far in this game, and a lot of them, Joel, have come just off offensive zone faceoffs, where they've been able to win the draws and get pressure on the Leafs. And really, after Florida made it, or after the Leafs went up 3-1 in Game 3, it was pretty much all Florida after that. Even though they scored some goals that were fortunate breaks. More time you spend in the offensive zone, more opportunities to get those breaks.
One-handed by Lawton into the zone, or Bobby McMahon, rather. They've changed things up there. We're jumping to center ice, and along the boards, and a good hit there. Maybe it wasn't a good hit, or was it? Oh, Verhaeghe is down. McMahon being moved off the scrum, but is that going to be a penalty?
I think so.
Only one reason.
I mean, that
McMahon to the box.
It does seem. I mean, when you got a better look at was it Verhaeghe or Rodriguez that ran John Tavares into the glass the other night, wasn't called?
So McMahon is going to the penalty box. The Leafs to the penalty kill again. Brought to you by our Ontario Honda dealers. Get home ice advantage on every drive with the new Civic Hybrid, proudly built here in Ontario. Visit your Ontario Honda dealers today. Draw to the right of Joey Wall. 10:41 to go in a scoreless first. Back to the point. Seth Jones off a face-off win. Barkov got it into the corner. It comes back to the point again. Flipped along for Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe, who was no worse for wear after the hit. To the left wing side. Barkov with a shot. And that was deflected in front of Wall and went wide. Comes to the line, and it's out and down the ice.
way, though, one they hit from behind by McMahon into Verhage. So Verhage probably should have done the cross for trouble against the length of the other, but Vegas is strong.
Brought to center ice now by the Panthers. Shoveled in by Kachuk around the board. Nice got a piece of it, but it goes into the corner.
Thanks, David.
Hey, no problem.
It's a very nice truck.
Huh?
Nice car, bro.
Thanks, man. How you doing?
Pretty good, all good, man. Hey, David, do you know if there's any dispensaries around?
A lot. There's a lot.
Is there like, can we make a stop, bro?
I don't know where you want me to go or which. Look. Let me see if there's one by. If you want to search one in Vaughan, there should be tons there.
Like around the hotel I'm going to?
Yeah.
Like walking distance, right?
Even like, if it's like a few minutes before it, I could stop there.
No,
'Cause
like
I don't know where to go, because I don't smoke really.
Yeah, don't worry, man. Just I just wanted to know like if there's any like around
There's tons.
close. Nice, thank you. Thank you very
I don't
much.
know what's open right now, but there should be open until another couple hours.
Yeah, like 9, right? 9,
Yeah,
10.
yeah. Sorry if I had the hockey game on.
Oh, don't worry, bro. Who's playing?
Leafs and Florida. Toronto and Florida.
Yeah, obviously your Leafs, right?
Yeah. Where are you coming from?
Mexico City, bro.
Nice.
Yeah. Mexico City.
Coming here for work?
I'm here for work, yeah, bro.
Nice.
I started here, well, not here, but in Manitoba,
Okay.
like 9 years ago.
Fun.
Yeah. I've been here before in Toronto. I really love it.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's cold, but it's nice.
Yeah. Yo, where I lived it's called Selkirk. It was cold as fuck, bro. I think it's one of the coldest places in Canada.
Yeah. Especially like near Winnipeg. Winnipeg is really cold.
Yeah.
It's really north. Like we're like Toronto's like on the bottom pit of Canada,
Yeah.
whereas Winnipeg is like
Right
top.
in the middle, right?
It's middle and at the top. So they get a lot of snow.
Yeah, it was like the lowest it got was like minus 45 degrees, something like that.
Yeah, that's
So it was
crazy.
pretty cool. You play hockey, bro?
No. Road hockey I play. I used to play when I was younger. Ice hockey not as much.
You like watching?
Yeah. Getting drained by is once you start living here for a long time. It's good, but sad
Yeah.
every year because they keep on losing. But
How long
we're
has
just in hope for this year.
How long has it been since you guys won?
1965 was long.
1965?
67.
No way, bro. That's a lot.
It's a long time.
Long time, man. You think this year you might get it?
I don't know, man. I just try and stay quiet and be hopeful.
Yeah.
Well, hockey is it's a very expensive sport.
Yeah,
Get
bro.
into.
The equipment and stuff.
The equipment, like my parents weren't rich, so hockey was out of the question.
Yeah.
So
But it's a pretty cool sport. But yeah, it must be expensive.
it's very
To buy
expensive.
like sticks and.
Sticks, you gotta buy pads and shoulder pads.
Do you think it's more expensive than American football?
Oh yeah, I used to play American football, like soccer. Like I used to play. That's nothing. That's just Shoes, cleats, and socks. Really.
The helmets, they gave it to you, or you had to buy it? No, for American football.
Oh, American football. I thought you were talking about soccer. No, I didn't play American football. So American football is also expensive. But my school didn't have it, so because ours would have been Canadian football,
Okay.
but it's not. It's also just as expensive. But
It's different than Canadian football, right? Like,
the rules are different. I could have played. I'm not bad. I'm like I used to throw the ball a lot and catch a lot, just like play around with friends. But it's different when you have 50 to 100 pounds of weight
Yeah.
on top of you, right?
yeah, obviously.
And you have to be really fast,
Agile, right?
agile and fast.
So you used to play soccer.
Yeah, I played soccer because it's the cheapest thing to play.
Nice. Mexico, it's like the classic sport soccer.
Yeah,
But I really like basketball more.
nice. Basketball's fun too.
Yeah.
Basketball's easy. All you need is a ball.
You like Raptors?
Yeah. Yeah. I used to play basketball in high school, so I was like, for like the school team.
Nice. How old are you?
Right now, 36.
36?
Yeah.
Nice. You've lived your whole life here in Toronto?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good place to live, right?
Safe. Well, it was safe.
Not that safe anymore, or?
No, they now bring in the wrong type of people, you know? They start allowing refugees to come into this country. It's not the same. And it's not just like they're just bringing refugees. Like, I don't have a problem with that. But it's the dirty part of the world that refugees are coming from. And
Yeah.
they're not forgiving of what they're getting, right? Like, you came from nothing and you come here, you should be grateful.
Yeah.
Don't try and make this country
But
your
like,
country.
have a good life.
Like, have a good life. You don't need to make
Yeah.
this country into
course.
your country.
Yeah.
Because you came here, you're able to do whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
Like, you could do your own thing, like religion. It doesn't matter. Go pray at the mosque. You can be Jewish, pray at synagogue, Christian, and pray wherever you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to interfere with somebody else's beliefs.
Yeah.
Just believe in your belief. Don't have to force.
Yeah, like just be and let be,
Yeah, be and let be. You know, like
and actually like give something good like to the country, right? Like not just
abuse.
yeah.
And a lot of these like Uber drivers, like they come from like these parts of the world, and where we park on like where it's an Uber lot.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to wait there until we get a call.
Yeah.
And there's porta potties.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know how they shit, but they shit on the floor. And I'm like, how did you miss?
Yeah, how the fuck did you miss that hole, right?
Yeah, how do you miss that hole? And like, how are you walking around just like in shit stains? Like, it's pretty disgusting. Like, I don't use those washrooms anymore. I only go use them for like number one. That's it. If I have to go, I stop at a hotel and I do whatever I have to do because I know it's clean.
Yeah.
Because I don't want any like diseases or any
Yeah, nothing.
stupid shit. I don't need. The last thing I need is some sort of disease in my body.
Where are these guys coming from mostly?
Mostly from like Syria or
Like India and stuff like that?
yeah, it's like the dirty part. Like they're not appreciative.
Yeah. Yeah, like they don't take care of the things they use here. Like,
Yeah, like we have toilet paper, we have sanitary shit in hand. Like I'm sure that you guys do. Like
Yeah.
it's clean.
yeah, it's clean actually. Well, like obviously depending on where you go, but like we have people with education, so
Yeah. Like we have a really nice beach up north,
Okay, yeah.
and it's really really nice. And they were going into this beach, and they were shitting on the sand,
Like literally
literally like squatting and
shitting.
shitting.
Oh, that sucks, bro. That sucks.
You know, like
Guys,
and like you can't really go in to the beach now because it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's not that clean anymore.
It's not clean, and like you don't know like what kind of people are going there. Like there's washrooms, go use them.
That sucks, man. Honestly, because I think Canada, it's a great country.
Yeah, it's a great country. It's clean.
Yeah,
We have tons of fresh water. Like I'm talking like
tons.
tons of
I
fresh
think it's
water.
one of the countries with the most fresh
With the
water.
most fresh water. And that's where that beach was. It was next to like a fresh water. So you're dirtying fresh water. Like you're able to look through it and you can see the ground and
Yeah,
see
it's
through
like-
it.
Yeah.
Very clean
Clear
water.
Where beach is that?
It's Wasaga Beach. But the water is fresh water.
Yeah.
Like the water that goes into it, it's fresh water. And if you go
So it's not salt water. It's yeah, fresh water.
like you could drink it
Okay. Yeah.
and not have any problems.
Nice. Well, you used to be able to drink, right?
Yeah. And there's a city like west of us. It's called Tobermory.
Tobermory.
Yeah, it's a very nice place. If you ever have a chance, go there. There's wrecked ships from like back in the 1800s.
Okay. Yeah.
They're like
Under the
under the water. But that is one of those another fresh
Nice.
waters too. Clean. You can see the ships through the water.
That must be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bro, do you recommend me like any places around here? Like for partying or like to get some good food or maybe see some girls?
There's lots of good places. There's probably Sunday night.
Sunday night?
Yeah, it's hard on a Sunday night. Well, how long are you staying?
I'm leaving on Thursday, bro.
Yeah.
So it's not that long, but
Yeah. There's a lot of good places where you are. Vaughan is really
place.
nice place.
nice.
A lot of different cultures. There's
Okay.
Mexican. There's fuck.
Chinese and a lot of.
There's
oh,
Chinese.
they scored?
Yeah, the other team scored. There's Italian. There's Spanish, like Spanish food.
Yeah, Spanish from Spain.
It's from Spain.
So like, there's like a
For-
lot of things to
Mhm.
choose from.
Yeah. Club-wise, there's a few clubs that's here, but majority of them are downtown.
Is it far downtown?
Downtown's not far. There's a subway that's nearby
Okay.
from where you are. It's not that far, maybe 5 minutes. The subway, and you can take that, and it takes you all the way downtown. And there's a bunch of clubs there. Right now, there's a bunch of Leaf fans downtown, so you can always have a good time there.
I just think
One of my buddies is a manager at a bar. It's called Grace O'Malley's.
Grace and Maurice.
Yeah,
Okay, nice.
really nice Irish bar.
Nice. Irish pub.
Yeah, it's like an Irish pub. There's a couple strip clubs if you're into that. They're around here.
Nice. Why not?
Yeah. Just to let loose, you know.
Yeah. Where is the CN Tower located, bro?
Downtown.
Downtown?
Yeah.
So not far from here?
So the same place, like, if you're taking the subway,
Yeah.
that's the only way to get, like, that's why you don't spend a lot of money taking an Uber downtown.
Yeah,
And plus it's gonna
way
be,
more expensive, right?
yeah, and it's gonna be a lot cheaper take Subway.
What is it, like $7?
I think like I don't know how much it is now, $5
Okay,
there and back, so maybe like $10 there and back.
that's good.
You could get a day pass,
Yeah,
and it doesn't cost as much. This way you can use.
as many times, right?
Yeah,
How would it be if police can bang one in late here?
I haven't used it that much because I have a car.
Yeah, it's way better. More comfortable.
Yeah, I trust myself.
Yeah.
And if I ever want to go out, I just set my destination downtown, and I Uber my way there, and I just
You go.
and I make money there, and I'll make money home.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
That's good.
big Tesla dealership, you
Nice, bro.
fucking garbage.
It's only in the dealership, right?
Yeah,
There's been a lot of things with Tesla here, right?
yeah. Tesla's pretty big here. I hate them.
You don't like it?
I don't like them. I don't like electric cars.
You think why not?
Hmm?
Why not? Why don't you like them?
I don't know. For us, it's not there yet. Like we still don't have charging stations.
Okay, yeah. So it's like
Our
way
winter-
harder to have one.
Yeah, our winter is not great.
Oh
The
yeah.
battery
so
doesn't
the
last that
battery
long.
freezes and stuff, right?
Yeah, it doesn't last that long.
Yeah.
You need somewhere warm. Like the range isn't as long. So if you're using the heat, or even in the summer, if you're using the air conditioning, it's using the battery. So it's not using that much range.
Yeah.
And if you got to charge, you're wasting like half an hour, 2 hours, depending on the charging station, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like way harder because of the winter and stuff.
Yeah, and if you're doing long distance driving, you're wasting a lot of time just waiting for it to charge.
Yeah. I can imagine. In Mexico, I don't think we have that much of a problem.
Yeah, well, you're a lot warmer.
Yeah. I don't know how long it lasts, but we have like there are more stations and stuff like that. Like we are adapting to it, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like it's more of a It's more of a city car, I find, than it is a.
Oh, way more, I think.
Yeah.
You can't take it to like outside places, right?
Why is it not showing it?
What, the place or?
Yeah. I think it's. Yeah. Fucking no signs.
13-4, the shots favoring Florida, and they lead 1-0. They've had 5:25 of zone time, the Leafs 2.25, but the Leafs have had 4 consecutive power play opportunities.
Is it this one?
The Florida
Yeah.
Panthers.
What's the? Oh, so this one is Spring Hill and this one is.
7 seconds after his penalty had
I
expired.
think they're all both owned by Hilton.
Yeah, by Marriott, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, that one's here.
I think so.
Thank you very much, man.
Hey, no problem.
Right back to center and shot back into the Toronto zone. Laid up on the wing to center. Shot right back in again by the Florida Panthers. Leafs have it with Knies. Getting it back to the blue line to McKay. He's trying to get to the bench for a change of players. Yards gets the pass up on the right wing and gets it out, but not into the Florida zone with any authority. Laid back at center ice, and now here's Kachuk. In on the left wing. Minute 47 to go in the first period. Kachuk back to the net. Comes off a stick. Bounces in front of the net. Off of Lawton with the Leafs are able to escape. Lawton goes to center, but couldn't get it by the defender.
I believe in Joe.
Flipping it towards the net. It goes back to the goal. Now in the near corner. Played ahead. And the Leafs are working out at their own zone as Lawton flips the puck high down into Florida territory. In goes Lorenz with a hit in along the boards, but can't get his skate on it. And Schmidt quick to he gets it ahead, and Barkov gets it out at center. Right to the leaf line and right back into the zone it goes. Benoit trying to get a hit in on Reinhardt the way he flattened him earlier in the period. And it's back now, back at the Toronto goal, given off to OEL. OEL gets it ahead at center, and it's pushed out at center ice, but again, the Panthers right back in. Chance here for Sam Reinhardt, and that was stopped by Wall. Puck in the far corner again. Trying to come out with it is Evan Rodriguez. Around back of the net, and another hit there by Benoit. He's had a couple of bone punches, but the Leafs failed to clear. Here's Rodriguez back to the point shot, and that was deflected off Wall, wide of the net. Rodriguez sending it around to the far side.
Well, Willie Nylander's got to be better on the clear there. It was a weak lob on the backhand.
28 seconds to go in the period. Marchand back to the point. Walking the line is Forsling. He plays it around back to the net. Leafs trying to come up with it. Punched around the boards of Nylander. This time will get it out. And down into Florida territory with a dozen seconds left in the period. 9 seconds left. Panther fans are excited. And if I'm a Leaf fan, I'm excited. They have withstood some horrible officiating and 4 unanswered power play opportunities from Gord Dwyer and Francis Chiron, and to be trailing only 1-0 and with a chance to recoup and regroup, you have to think that that's a bit of a win.
I mean, the Domi call a high stick's a high stick. It was careless. Over Glenn Larson, it's an automatic. But then you're going with some of the hits we've seen. Okay, you're going to call it on McMahon. But then you had the hook by Matthew Nice was sort of the one that rubbed the salt into the wound. So, from a police standpoint, some of the plays you're going to be sharper on. But you would hope that if Nice is going to be called on that, then there's going to be some...
No.
It's me, your soul wall. Yep, soul colors, soul finish. No one's painted me since this home was built. It's a shame. A fresh coat would make this place feel grand. I could build it right, build it wrong. Weekend on, now until Wednesday. Up to 50% off select Nico interior paint. Conditions apply. Details in store. More offers at Rhoda.ca. Equity in their home. Unique like this one. It's called the Aaron and Catherine Plan. Aaron was in the middle. And wanted to pay off some debt. Truth is, big bank small business. So we developed a plan that was the perfect fit. Because as we see it, your anything possible. Reach out today or work side by side to unlock the equity in your home. Use your home to get a loan with new borrow. Blazer 13115.
Are you tired of lunch bag letdowns? Yeah. Do you want something made fresh?
Yeah.
Do you have $5.99?
Yeah.
If you answered yeah, it's time to get Subway 6-inch Italian BMT with freshly sliced deli meat or sweet onion chicken teriyaki with Canadian farm-raised chicken for just $5.99. Stick that in your mouth and eat it. Two freshly made 6-inch subs, only $5.99 each. Subway makes it fresh like that. Freshly prepared for order at participating restaurants. Extras, taxes, and delivery additional. Yeah. When you get a Subaru, symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a Subaru that comes with a multi-dog transporter, mud navigator, a Rainmaster slow pilot, remote campsite finder, a moose country guide, a gravel handler, a very slushy surface controller, windy road stabilizer, spinning wheel avoider, a four-legged manual driver surprise snow detector, plus oh, and we're out of time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
Going on vacation? Spending money in another currency?
Shaw pepperoni pizza. Start spreading the news. It comes with our signature thin crust, mozzarella and parmesan cheese, and our new cup and Shaw pepperoni. You'll be king of the hill. Hey, number one. Call Pizza Bell for the stop. New York style cup and Shaw pepperoni pizza. At 736-3636.
It's not Joe Bowling.
Welcome back to Molson Leafs Hockey on Sports FM 90 The Fan, the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Elish Borkar and Justin Cuthbert with your intermissions. And it's a 1-0 lead. The Florida Panthers after 20 minutes on a Carter Verhaeghe power play goal on an Oliver Ekman-Larsson delay of a game penalty. Lots of penalties to talk about in that first period. And I think the momentum is clearly in the hands of the Florida Panthers after that.
Most certainly. I mean, if you're before it started, because our expectations, or at least mine, have been bucked a little bit. Like, it's looked different, certainly, than I thought it would. Early 3 games, and I was starting that season. That was just completely tilted in one direction. It looks like they should have three. They only have one. If that's the Achilles heel for them, they create more pressure than they are able to score. At least it seems historically for them. That was just a dominant period. They looked like they had life. They looked like they were back. That was just a dominant period for them. They looked like they had life. They looked penalties taken by the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you can call or cry foul if you want, but the fact of the matter is at least 3 of them were legitimate in my mind, and Maple Leafs took those penalties and offered nothing in the other 12 plus minutes. So that was the worst period that we've seen the Maple Leafs play in a while, and the best we've seen Florida play in this period.
Yeah,
in this series.
and I think that you can see a positive in that. It's 1-0. Leafs were clearly, outplayed in that period. They put themselves in a position to also be in the penalty box, and it's hard to have a lot of momentum after that, but it's only 1-0, and I would say the most positive you should feel about is Joseph Woll had some big saves in that period. Like, he is definitely trying to shake off what we saw in Game 3, Game 4? Game 3. This is Game 4. Game 3.
Game 3, shake it off.
He had a huge save on Evan Rodriguez, which, Evan Rodriguez kind of didn't give himself too many favors, but he just came out strong. He looks very dominant. The fact that it's 1-0, you should be feeling good about Joseph Woll's performance in net, because this was a talking point in our pregame show. It's like, you got to just beat Sergei Bobrovsky, just beat him, and he definitely was the better goalie in that period. Also had a lot more of this workload, of course, but I'm feeling good about what I saw from him for period 1.
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure on Joseph Woll in that period. 30 shot attempts, 13 scoring chances for 15 total shots. The period was 15-4 shots in favor of the Florida Panthers. There was a lot that he had to deal with. It was probably a taxing period from a physical standpoint. Like, when you are killing penalties, you are on, and he was on for a good portion of that period, having to be very attentive in his crease and in his zone as the Florida Panthers mounted pressure. So a really encouraging period from Joseph Woll's standpoint. What's the second encouraging thing in the period? I'm not really sure. I guess that would be it. That, the previous night.
Did you think in a power play in the second? Like, I know that, so the Domi one on the high stick.
Yeah, puck over glass is puck over glass.
Puck over glass.
Bobby McMahon took a run at a guy.
I thought that was a bit weak.
Really? I thought that was pretty legitimate. Like, if
I thought I saw that played 5 times in this series.
Perhaps. But if Florida throws one of those in the second period, you're expecting it. I didn't love the Matthew Nyes one.
Just stick in his hands, man, that's not a big deal. They'll call that.
And when they are mounting, right? Okay, there's some pressure on the referees to make sure that it's equitable, right? As Joe Bowen put it in the period, the marbles are in each pocket. The problem with that is the fourth one is one of the ones that you can't say no to. It's one of the ones you see in overtime because it is objective. It is a puck over glass.
That's when they score on.
And even if they didn't want to call that because, hey, this is 4-0 and that's success in this period, they have to, because it was one of those. It was not a subjective call, and it does probably mean that the Maple Leafs are going to get one here. So yeah, I agree with you. Second positive is that.
Okay, no more positives that I can think of yet. Maybe we'll take a quick break. We'll brainstorm one more thing. positive.
We'll unearth something.
We will find something after that first period. We'll take a quick break. We'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard. One NHL game already completed this early afternoon, evening. We'll get you set for the second period. You're listening to Mostly Hockey on Sports 5 Down in Fan of the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
From the biggest stadiums, the coziest holes in the wall, from house parties to porch hangs, to pride celebrations, from your favorite bus shop to your local Indian spot, from middle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age. Hi, Arash Madani here. At Honda, they built the CRV Sport just like you built a team for the playoffs. Reliable performance? It's a Honda. Versatility? You've got all-wheel drive. High IQ plays? That's Honda sensing technology. Resilience and grit? You bet. After all, it's Canadian. Make your playoff drive count. Bring home the Ontario-built CRV Sport. Lease today with rates from 0.99% for 24 months. OAC conditions apply. Made with domestic and imported parts. See HondaOntario.com.
Guess who just bundled their home and auto with Desjardins Insurance? Well, look at you, all grown up and saving money. Yes, I am. Mom told you to do it, didn't she? Yes, she did. Get insurance that's really based on care. Switch and you can save up to 35% on home insurance when you bundle home and auto. Desjardins Insurance, here for your home, auto, life, and business needs. Other conditions apply. Want to get in on the action for the Stanley Cup playoffs? At Bet365, we've got you. From game props, player props, totals, and the money line. You can even bet on futures like series winners, conference champions, the Stanley Cup champions, and much, much more. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app and get in on the game. An official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Must be 19 or older. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has concerns about gambling, visit ConnexOntario.ca. Hey everyone, Anthony and Burke here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers. Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. You don't know anything about hockey, I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more. Can't wait till you watch this movie because it's the biggest award of her career. He went into the cheetah exhibit, the cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring. Stay tuned in to NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
When you get a Subaru, symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a Subaru that comes with your very own golf club holder, stadium parking navigator, a basketball team transporter, a remote cottage finder, a beaver spotter, a coach holder, bear country guide, a family road carrier, a muddy road controller, extreme wind stabilizer, plus and we're out of time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
You're listening to Toronto Maple Leafs playoff hockey. He's in over the line, Robin Cravonic. Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Leafs Radio Network.
Welcome back to Mostly Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. A 1-0 lead for the Panthers after 20 minutes. Leafs on the road in Sunrise with a 2-1 series lead, looking to take a 3-1 lead when they come back to Toronto for Wednesday night action. A couple positives that we brainstormed in the break. Leafs definitely very most physical team on the ice tonight so far. The Maple Leafs 22 hits to 19, including an absolute demolishing of Sam Reinhart by Simon Benoit. He put him down.
It was 22-19, you said?
Yeah. Felt like more, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe tough to track sometimes, but like they didn't touch the puck, so you'd think it might be a bit more than 22.
That's just what I saw on NHL.com. I don't know who.
No, just like in terms of like being a real positive for the
I
Leafs.
felt like they were more physical, though.
Also block shots, but like that goes back to the old theory,
Well,
or the
they
famous
even block shots, too, yeah.
famous analytics tweet where it's like you're killing rats, which is good, but if you're killing rats all the time, that's bad.
Lots of rats on the Panthers. So. There you go. Okay. Let's take a look at the NHL scoreboard presented by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary. Bet365 must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Play responsibly. Visit ConnexOntario.ca.
The Mikko Rantanen Revenge Tour rolled on, touring through Dallas now after a stop in Winnipeg. The Dallas Stars 2-1 up in their series. They beat the Jets 5-2 in Game 3, Randon had a goal and 2. Lots of controversy stemming from that one, though, with the go-ahead goal and Mason Marchment, little whack on the official that apparently won't be dealt with from a supplementary standpoint. So a lot to dig into there in the post-game there, but it's very simple. Mikko Rantanen is dominating these playoffs, and Dallas is 2 wins away from returning to the Western Conference Final.
Shout out to the Montreal Victoire, who won in 4 overtimes tonight, the longest game ever in CWHL history.
We got the winner. Who's the hero?
Catherine Dubois. From Quebec. So
any relation to Pierre-Luc?
No.
Okay.
Just a common last
Couple
name.
Dubois in Montreal, Quebec area.
And you got your Toronto Scepters trailing by 2 goals late in the third period to Minnesota. That would give Minnesota a 2-1 series lead. But that was
7-5, the Frost lead the Scepters.
That's like never been done. That many goals in PWHL history.
This might be the highest scoring game in PW history.
Seriously, it's the
Let's
longest
check that.
and the highest scoring. It's been quite the day.
We got a second. What do the Leafs need to do in the second period here?
It's like take a deep breath and just start building your own momentum. Like it was all Florida downhill, Florida. I'm out. Be happy you're up 1-0 because as we talked about, you didn't get really any opportunity for your own. Play some offense. Like let's get into there and get some shots.
Get in the greasy areas too. Like if you're expecting penalties, or you're expecting power play opportunities, like go earn them. There's something correlated with like hard work and getting into dirty spots and earning penalty or power play opportunities.
All right, Jim Ralph and Joe Bone will have the call the second period next. You're listening to Molson Leafs Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan on the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
I'm Ray Ferraro. I'm a retired NHL player. After 18 years, my knees and feet had just had enough. Day-to-day was filled with some sort of pain. Kintex changed everything. What they've shown me is custom orthotics and the proper footwear provide comfort, confidence, and care in every step. The relief was immediate. Now I'm pain-free and active. Let Kintex join you on your journey to stay active. Check them out at kintech.net.
To rock. I mean, really like to rock.
Ignition sequence start.
The rocket.
2, 1.
Has your music.
We have a liftoff.
From Metallica to Soundgarden, Ozzy to Tool, AC/DC to Rage Against the Machine, if it makes your pulse race and your speakers shake, you'll find it here. The Rocket, Canada's rock and roll flamethrower. Listen on the speaker app or online at listentotherocket.com. Speaker.
Heard of Uline? You know, to have it all in stock, ready to deliver, shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need, when you need it, 24/7, 365, every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
Great goal! Let's go to Dave at the bench. Oh, what a shot, Gord. Last time we spoke, you had been really tired. Not anymore.
Yeah, snoring all night. Losing sleep ruins your game.
Problem snoring? Suffer from sleep apnea? Invest in yourself. Call Dr. Paulette Pillersdorf. She'll use her laser to help treat your snoring and oral appliance like a sports mouth guard for your sleep apnea. Your partner will thank you.
Playoff hockey. Deflects in front of the goal. Backhanded into the net. On Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Leafs Radio Network. Leafs trail 1-0 after the first period on a goal by Verhaeghe from Tkachuk and Barkov as they score on their 4th power play opportunity of the first period, which was brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Play responsibly. Visit ConnexOntario.ca. That's the good news. That it's only 1-0. They were outshot 15-4. A lot of that because of the power plays. Chris Tanev played 7 minutes and 46 seconds of that first period. Hard minutes. Yep.
On the penalty kill. But it
He
also
didn't get out of his own end very
It
often.
also goes to the lines. Even the 4th line for the Florida Panthers, all less than 2 minutes of ice time in the opening period. McMahon, Holmberg, and Domi, all less than 3 minutes of ice time for the Leafs in the opening play.
To the right, Florida to the left. The official has them at center ice. We get set to go, and the puck is dropped. And the Leafs control the faceoff. Putting it ahead is banked down into the zone. Matthews Matthews chasing but won't catch up to Lundell. Lundell will backhand it off the glass. Matthews checked it in. It goes in wide of the goal to the far corner. Marner in along the boards and Nyes able to drag it back and trying to get it back to the point. Able to clear it back into the corner, but the Panthers have launched it high down into the Toronto zone. Tanev will take it around back of his goal. And Jake McCabe coming up slowly with a pass to McCabe. McCabe back to Tanev, through the red line and across the line for Tavares. Tavares sweeps it into the corner for Pacioretty. Pacioretty gets a hit in along the wall. Tavares in there as well along the boards. Riley sifting around out in front of the net if they can get him the puck, but they can't. And it is off a skate on the far side. Nylander trying to keep it in, but it's off on the right wing side, and Verhaeghe gets it ahead to Sam Reinhart, who sends it in. Bouncing puck there from Wall, but Morgan Riley is able to play it out off his stick to center. Leafs trying to get it ahead, but can't hook up with Nylander breaking on the right wing. Panthers send a long bouncing shot in on Wall, and he's going to cover up on that. And there'll be a face-off in the Toronto zone as a result. Game 5 is back in Toronto. The teams will get a couple of days off, and it'll be on Wednesday night, and that is a 7 o'clock start.
Seen the graphic up, and the Florida Panthers have had a lead since the 2023 playoffs. That lead after the first period is 15-0. But in this playoffs, they're 3-2 when scoring first. The Leafs are 2-2 when giving up the first goal. Florida did score first in Game 2 in Toronto.
Face off to the right of Joseph Wall. And the draw won by Florida. Into the corner, a centering pass goes off a stick, and it's going to come to center ice, and then a missed pass goes down into the zone, and Yarncrook hustling after it, but can't get it away from Schmidt. The puck around the boards, and now a hit there on Bennett, but out come the Panthers, and it's shot by Kulikov into the Toronto end. Benoit around back of the goal, playing it up on the wing and got it to the line and out, and now here's Lorenzen across the line, looking in front of them with a shot, and that was knocked away by Bobrovsky. Brought back now by Kachuk. He'll launch it into the corner. McCabe with a glance over his shoulder to play it back for Tanev. Tanev got it ahead, and the Maple Leafs will chip it out into the center ice area. Now Domi after it in the corner on the far side of the zone, dropping it back, and it was off the skate of Pontus Holmberg. Now brought in now by Florida in with a shot. Big pad save made there by Wall. Cleared on the backhand then by McMahon, and it'll get to center ice. Pontus Holmberg does a lot of really good things. And then you get a chance like that, and you just wish he had a little more skill to that effort that he provides. He has it again and over the line, but it's cleared by Florida and brought into the Toronto zone. Greer shot kicked away by Wall. Another shot in front of the net, taken to safety by the Leafs, and Holmberg will try to move it up the boards. He was tripped. Apparently not a penalty there. Ekblad shooting it right back into the Toronto end. Down the boards is Morgan Riley. Riley trying to get it up on the wing. Takes his man to the boards, but the puck goes free. Lutherainen around the boards to Marchand, looking for a return pass. Knocked away by the Leafs, but not cleared. Into the corner, Morgan Riley. Sending it around the wall, but pinching there was Ekblad, but he misses it.
Oh, boy.
Well, that's a generous icing because Ekblad pinches and he doesn't touch it, and Morgan Riley is upset about it as well, and I don't blame him.
Boy, Stephen Lorenz very nearly cashed in. He hit Sergei Bobrovsky with that chance on the left shoulder. Bobrovsky's reaction didn't know where it was. On the other side, Joe, 19 shots against Joseph Wall. He stopped 18, and those looked very sharp in doing so. Well on the top of the crease.
Face off in the Toronto zone. Virtually everyone on the ice, over a minute and 20 seconds or so. Face off with Lundell and Domi. Domi trying to kick the puck back, but it's stolen by Marchand, and his shot went wide of the goal. Into the corner here, the Panthers with it again. Marchand getting it back to the pointer shot, stopped by Wall. Still breathes loose. Played back to the blue line. Near side for Jones. Jones hit there by McMahon, but the Leafs don't get it out. And now when they do, it's going to go by everybody again. And another icing is coming here. against Toronto.
And we're creeping up in the 2-minute mark for this line out.
Morgan Riley with 47 career points in 66 playoff games is just 2 behind Boreas Salming, who played 81 playoff games and holds the record for most points by a elite defenseman in the postseason. Draw to the right, and Domi entrusted with the faceoff. And Domi loses the draw. It's back to the blue line again. Here's Kulikov sending it in along the boards. Reinhardt around back of the net for Barkov. Domi chasing him. Barkov comes into the near corner. Back into the slot. It comes back to the point. Kulikov to his defense partner. Back to Kulikov on the near side. Shot coming high. Off a stick. Big hit by McCabe. Flattens one of the Panthers back of the goal. Now a centering pass to McCabe trying to block. Good pressure here from Florida. Played around back of the net into the corner. Barkov coming out with it, looking for a man, dropping it off on the left point. Pass across, and a stick in the way from Bobby McMahon gets the Leafs off the ice.
Boy, that might be the most important deflection out of play that the Leafs will have in this game.
Fortunately, it wasn't ruled to be intentional.
It feels like the Leafs have just had to weather one storm after the other where they're shorthanded and multiple icings that have kept them in their own end.
They really have not had any zone time to do it yet.
Not at all.
But they're down just 1. Face off to the left of Joseph Wall. Draw won by Toronto. Quickly played off in the right wing. Here's Nyes breaking the pass, looking for him, was intercepted. And once more it's sent back into the Toronto end. Wall shooting it around the boards. Cleared on the near wing, but not out. Pitching down there was Lundell to keep it in. Another good hit by Brandon Carlo. Matthews trying to get it away. It comes in front of the net. Back to the point. Bridge shot coming, blocked in front. Still save. Nyes trying to muscle it out. He does. And it'll go down wide of the goal and out of the net. Bobrovsky to play it away. Cleared up on the wing and out at center ice by Florida. Leafs with a chance to maybe get the puck in the zone, get some zone time. Marner plays it around to the far side for Matthews, who's hauled down. Tell me there's a penalty here, please.
I think if you're Austin Matthews, he might have gone down a little early and a little easily. And I think that is what Lisa Raiden is chirping to the official about right now. But that's just smart. It's a race going to the corner. A little bit of a slew put, but Austin Matthews isn't usually that easily knocked off his feet. But yeah, it is a slew put though. And we'll see what's going to go on here as Matthews has gone to the bench.
Got a little work done on the ski.
It's going to come out and when you talk about stealing a game,
This is a huge power
this
play.
would feel like if the Leafs could ever get out of this one with a win, it would be stealing a game.
Won by the Leafs. Off the board, Marner trying to keep it in, got it into the corner. Matthews getting it back to Marner. Marner lost the puck, but was able to keep it in momentarily. And it is shot down the ice now by Florida. Marner will go back to the puck. He starts out 5 forwards out here for Toronto. The drop pass finds Nylander. Nylander with speed through the neutral zone. Drops for Matthews to the line and in. Matthews along the boards was tripped up and knocked down, but back on his skates. Has it up against the boards. It comes into the slot. Just tipped in on a brilliant play there by Marner. Down into the corner goes to Nylander. Back to Marner. Far side Matthews shooting. And that was kicked away by Bobrovsky. Back in the net now for Matthews. Off on the near wing for Nylander. To the point to Marner. Far side to Morris. Far in the half board. Still with it. Back to the point to Marner. Pass into the corner this time. Matthews with it. Trying to center a shot. That was blocked by Bobrovsky. Rebounded through the goal. Nice. Couldn't stop it in. Back to the point it comes. Marner keeping it alive. Far side Matthews. Far into the half board. Still with it. Works it back. Gives it to Marner. Who's there? To Matthews. Back in the blue line. Back to Marner. Pass to the flat pass in front of the net. This work. Puck back in the goal. Leafs retrieve it again. Great pressure here, but now aiming to get a decent scoring chance. Puck is grounded in front of the goal. It goes into the near corner. Trying to get to it is Lundell. Can't get it out. Nylander walks the line. stretches his field. Down the left wing boards. Flips it back for Marner. Marner circles to the right wing. Still with it. Marner around back to the goal. Marner to the slot. Into the slot and back with the block. Rebound back to the goal. Out to Marner again. Back to the point. Nylander. Holding, shooting. Off the stick and went wide. 6 seconds left in the penalty. Kept alive by Marner. Pass into the slot. Deflects to the left. Macho is in front. Deflected by Tavares and it went wide. And the penalty is over. Luosterainen has the puck and over the line on a shot. Run off of Oliver Ekman-Larsson who was tripped. Now Luosterainen playing it into the corner. Great pressure by the Leafs. They had a couple of really good looks, but it's still 1-0. Blockered away and out comes Max Pacioretty. Pacioretty a pass. Domi. Bobby McMahon trying to drive it out of the end and knocked away. Big hit by McMahon on the far boards. Kept in for Pacioretty, but it's a glove pass that will have play whistled down.
They've only got the Leafs have one shot on that power play, but all kinds of opportunities throwing it to the net. Matthew Nyes almost knocked in a loose puck.
My goodness, I think I've seen 3 in the replay already.
Yeah, all we've got is one up on the board, 21-6 the shots, but the Leafs came close.
Maybe it's a prop bet somewhere and the guy is working his magic. Anyway, 1-0 Florida. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Want to get in on the action for the Stanley Cup playoffs? At Bet365, we've got you. From game props, player props,
I'm not
totals,
stopping.
and money line.
Move.
You can even bet on futures like series winners, conference champions, the Stanley Cup champions, and much, much more. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app and get in on the game. An official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Must be 19 or older. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has concerns about gambling, visit ConnexOntario.ca.
When you get a symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a
allergies.
Subaru that comes with
That's what.
your very own
That's
golf
my
club,
sort of.
stadium parking navigator, a basketball team transporter, a remote cottage finder, a beaver spotter, coach phone, bear country guide, a family road trip carrier, a muddy road controller, street wind stabilizer, plus up. And we're out of time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
Guess who just bundled their home and auto with Desjardins Insurance? Well, look at you, all grown up and saving money. Yes, I am. Mom told you to do it,
I
didn't
got
she?
it. I took it.
Yes, she
It's
did.
an X.
Care insurance is really big on care. Switch and you could save up to 35% on home insurance when you bundle home and auto. Desjardins Insurance. Here for your home, auto, life, and business needs. Certain conditions apply.
You're listening to Toronto Maple Leafs Playoff Hockey. On Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Leafs Radio Network.
Second period brought to you by Desjardins Insurance. Get insurance that's really big on care at Desjardins.com/care today. Leafs get it across the line and Domi slashes it into the zone. In along the board's far side. Nylander couldn't come up with it. It's knocked out at center ice. And the Leafs have it again and brought on by Benoit. Benoit shooting it in. Now back to the net. Bobrovsky clears it back for Schmidt. Nylander down the boards couldn't get to it. It goes off the stick to center. And the Leafs have it again, regrouping at their own blue line. Up ahead for Max. Domi to the line with Nylander. Missed a hit as he got into the left wing corner. Takes in Schmidt against the boards. They battle for it. Nylander coming out with it with a centering pass that was blocked. And now it goes off the stick and up and down the ice. And it'll be Wall leaving it back there for Morgan Riley. 11.5 minutes to go in the second period. Only goal scored in the first on the power play by Florida. Tipped in over the line and Yarncrook in pursuit in there against Seth Jones. Lorenz arrives and adds support. And drag it back to the net. Wadden couldn't come up with it. And the Panthers are able to make a quick pass to get it out at center and in over the line. Here's Evan Rodriguez trying to center. Bouncing puck goes wide of the goal. Knocked it down and a big save on the goal. Oh, he had to cover up on Markov, who got a couple of whacks at it. But Joey's standing like a brick wall. Keeps that out.
Sam Reinhart makes a great play with coverage in behind Joseph Wall, behind the Leafs net. still found a way to chip it out front. And Barkov was right there, but Joseph Wall, it was so sharp. Just going to have to release that decent pressure. But Brandon Carlo had to punch it past him on the boards coming back. But he not flat-footed and tried to reach for it. Couldn't get to it before the Panthers had the zone easily.
Marchand moving earlier in the face-off. That's going to banish the centerman from Florida. And the Leafs control the face-off, and it is McCabe carrying it to center with a pass that puts it in, and now McCabe decides to lean there after it. He pokes it around the boards to the near side. Knies is able to play it in a little deeper, then comes up with it. Knies backing it back to the front. Marner's shot blocked. Marner's going to have to hustle. Take a kick, get to it, but Marner done. But now here's the loose puck in front. It comes off on the wing and a shot. Blocked by Marner. Defensive play made by the Leafs. And the Leafs get away with the penalty. There should have been called, it was not.
What the fuck is that?
Well, it was a trip. There was no question about that. Long lead pass finds Nylander. Nylander trying to drive the net. He did. Taking a shot away until it was too late and too tight. Ekblad lays it down into the Toronto zone. Cleared around the boards by Wall, but cut off there by the Panthers. Ekblad gets down into the corner. Sends it around to the far side, but it is Pacioretty getting it free, and Nylander with speed. Down the left wing and in. Nylander gets away from one second.
How's it going? Good.
He's got the back of Tavares' jersey and punch him in the back of the head. Dodged a couple of bullets. And we got a commercial break, Joe, maybe, which is going to provide him some extra time.
Nylander with a great rush out of the corner, trying to cut across. Just failed to control the puck to get a shot. You're listening to Motion League Hockey on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Hopefully you don't mind the game.
No. Who's winning?
Florida. Yeah. It's only 1-0, so it's not that bad.
Supported Made in Canada initiative like us. Since 1948, we've had wonderful relationships with
How you doing? Good.
Canadian made because the true north is strong and free.
Long flight?
No, it was only 2 hours.
Okay. Where you come from?
Winnipeg.
Okay. Not too bad.
Oh.
How is it there?
It's actually really warm there. It was like 30 degrees today.
Okay. Yeah, it's like 14 today. A little windy.
I'm also fast when it comes to helping people. Like when I helped Bill, his company vehicles were being serviced, and I was able to help him with a business loan. He got the transport trucks they needed, and I got to honk the horn. All of them.
You're there for work or family?
I was just visiting family.
Nice.
Alpine credit, where homework get approved. Fiscal license 12616. Was that a new Infinity drop?
I'm sure there's joint time there as well with the Jets in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, they lost today though.
Yeah.
339.70 monthly for 36 months.
I'm surprised they got the early time though.
And when you need service, Alta Infinity picks it up and drops it off.
Now that's a game changer.
Alta Infinity, excellence in motion. 5585 Highway 7 West, east of the 427, or AltaInfinityWoodbridge.com.
Part of the Zakin Auto Group.
You're listening to Toronto Maple Leafs playoff hockey. Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Leafs Radio Network.
We haven't wished all of the mothers a happy Mother's Day. And we'll do that. How many hockey moms had to get up and ungodly hours, get their youngsters fed, get them packaged up and off to the rinks.
And how many of them are playing in game 4? Game 4 backwards, yeah.
And how many of them would turn and say, absolutely, my parents are why I'm here.
Well, that's the problem that they're playing the picture at the top of the crease from a Sergei Bobrovsky.
was outstanding. Wall left it go to the punt. And now the Panthers have it again in the offensive zone. And it's shot. Ball saved. And the rebound was knocked away. And the Leafs have it again. And the penalty coming here against Toronto.
Vince Marner, I think, that the Leafs, as good as they were in the first power play, were horrid on this one. As Florida cleared the zone, nobody came back. And eventually, it's the Panthers that get the opportunity out there. Ball, another big save, and then Marner was reaching for the puck, takes the feet out from under Dosek. And we're going to get a little 4-on-4, and then the Panthers will enjoy their fifth power play tonight. Isn't it amazing how you have one good power play, and the next one is flash? Yep. 4-on-4 for 57 seconds, and one of the Leafs' best 4-on-4 players, Marner, is in the center box.
8:47 to play in the second period. Still 1-0 in favor of the Florida Panthers. Puck around back at the net. Wallmark and Larson overstated it. Play it around back at the goal. Ball doesn't go to it. Riley does. He'll get it up on the wing. But it's intercepted and Marchand with a shot that Wall catches. And he will hold on. The biggest difference in Joe Wall and Anthony Stolarz is how well Stolarz handles the puck and how aggressive he is to go out and handle the puck. But Wall has been the difference in this game so far.
Oh, easily 26-9. The shots down favoring the Florida Panthers. And we're just past the midway mark. Imagine 52-18 in the shot differential. It's pretty scary from a Leaf standpoint.
Draw is won by Toronto. McCabe goes back to the net. 36 seconds left in the 4-on-4. McCabe lost the handle on the puck, and Marchand was almost gifted with it. Lawton goes around back of the net.
Really hit a goalie spell here.
Here's Lawton skating in over the line. Had the stick knocked out of his hands, but it is cleared out at center ice now by Florida. They'll bring it in over the right side. Here Rundell into the corner. Tried to play it back. It goes high off the stick and then deflects to the near boards. Lorenz is able to punch it out. But now the Panthers will go to the power play in 3 seconds time. Lorenz almost intercepted the pass, but is back down into Florida territory. And here is the fifth power play opportunity in the game for Florida. Ahead on the right side for Reinhart. Shot in around the boards to the far side. Cleared around back of the net to the near wing for Kachuk. Back to the point it goes to Jones. Jones on the left wing side of the shot. That deflects it into the corner. Chopped after missed by Benoit. Coming in front of the net. Great play by Carlo to intercept the pass and deflect it into the corner. It's alive and Carlo trying to get it to a can. It comes to the near wing. Baregi into the corner. Trying to get it back and it's going to get past everybody and come out in center ice. Reinhart waits for teammates to get onside. Sends it in on goal. Stopped by Wallace. It comes around to the near wing. A dozen seconds left in the penalty. Jones back into the slot. Now a right shot by Markov is blocked away by Wall. Puts on the boards. It'll clear to center ice. Panthers right back in. Sending it high into the corner. Carlo got it up on the wing and the Leafs were skating room to center. Right to the line and in. Dropped off on the right wing side. Leafs get Tavares over the boards and it's down into the corner with no support there. And the Panthers will get it ahead and Reinhart's going to get it out. Right wing side for Dmitry Kulikov who shoots it into the Leaf end. Down the boards far side. Trying to control it is Rodriguez. Chipped along the boards by the Leafs and punched to the near boards. Grabbed off by Morgan Riley and set ahead at center. Nylander couldn't get around his check. And it is cleared right back down into the Toronto end. Wall giving it to Morgan Riley, who gets it ahead and now over Ekman-Larsson. A bank pass to center. Tavares over the line. Nylander lost it. Tried to dive and knock it into the slot area for Pacioretty, but he missed it. Back come the Panthers again. To the line and in on the left wing. Pass into the slot. Still with it. Backhand at the net. Stopped by Wall. Pushed ahead. Pacioretty will play it off the glass to center. His defense partner, Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad pass gets to the line and in on the left wing. Saved by Wall. That was stopped and another brilliant save by Joey Wall. and down into the Florida zone. Matthews is in pursuit. Tries to get a hit in on his man, but missed. Then Marner got upended, and when he got upended, he wiped out one of the Florida defensemen. Played right back down into Panther territory. Marner into the corner. Hoping for a loose puck that Nyes is trying to develop. Matthews can't come up with it. Nyes was filled in by Seth Jones. Puck back to the net. Here's Marner for Nyes. Nyes works it back into the corner for Marner. Back to the blue line. It goes to Benoit. To his defense partner. No shot at the net. Cleared it back of the goal. Cameraman lost it there for a moment, but we got it with a shot from Benoit into the chest of Bobrovsky. A fairly easy save. Stops play.
Except to find some way to generate some offenses. They have not been sharp or consistent. Boy, we're just seeing it again. Kulikov, an elbow on Mitch Marner, goes undetected in the Leaf zone. I mean, this is right to the back of the head. It's
Pretty
not
flagrant,
really
wasn't it? It is a 1-0 Ottawa lead, and they seem to be able to be sneaky enough to get away with a lot. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Hi, Rashman Eddie here. At Honda, they built the CRV Sport just like you built a team for the playoffs. Reliable performance? It's a Honda. Versatility? You've got all-wheel drive. High IQ play? That's Honda sensing technology. Millions of tread? You bet. After all, it's Canadian. Make your playoff drive count. Bring home the Ontario-built CRV Sport. Lease today with rates from 0.99% for 24 months. OEC conditions apply. Meet with domestic and imported parts. See HondaOntario.com.
Want to get in on the action for the Stanley Cup playoffs? At Bet365, we've got you. From game props, player props, totals, and the money line. You can even bet on futures like series winners, conference champions, the Stanley Cup champions, and much, much more. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app and get in on the game. An official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Must be 19 or older. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has concerns about gambling, visit ConnexOntario.ca.
When you get a Subaru, symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a Subaru that comes with your very own golf club holder, stadium parking navigator, a basketball team transporter, a remote cottage finder, a beaver spotter, a coach home, bear country guide, a family road trip carrier, a muddy road controller, extreme wind stabilizer, plus and we're out of time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
You're listening to Toronto Maple Leafs playoff hockey. On Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Leafs Radio Network.
Face-off coming in the Florida zone. Domi facing off. Nosek is waved out. Greer will move in. And Domi won the draw. Back to the point, but Riley couldn't keep it in. It'll come to center ice. The Leafs will regroup it back in their own zone. Pass up on the wing, deflects to the line, but not out. Now here's a long lead pass looking for Morgan Riley. He sends it in, and Bobby McMahon held up there by Nosek as it goes around back of the net. Leafs trying to come out with it. Domi is able to play it back to the point. First shot coming in traffic. That was deflected wide. Riley couldn't keep it in. It's down into the Toronto zone. Brendan Carlo gets there to chip it along the boards to Morgan Riley. Leafs with it again to the left wing side for Bobby McMahon. McMahon gets around the defense, gets down into the corner after it. Couldn't get it away from Aaron Ekblad. Played to the line on the far side, but Tanev couldn't keep it in, but McCabe gets back to recover the puck for him. Now he'll play it back of the net, and Chris Tanev has it under control back of the Toronto goal. Well, he did. Now he gets it to McCabe, who feathers it around the near side. Tavares got it ahead, but couldn't get it into the zone. Brought back in over the line by Rodriguez. Rodriguez tied up the centering pass, went off of Tanev's skate, went wide. Panthers get it back to the point. They've got 29 shots on goal. That's a 30 right there as Wall makes the save. McCabe playing it ahead. Nylander gets the play. Louis trying to carry it in on goal. Had it knocked off his stick at the last second. He couldn't pull away from the Florida defenseman.
That was Worsley that was able. He was half a step behind, but enough to get stick on stick and knock it off. Willie Nylander. But that's all we had is these short spurts and opportunities outside of the power play. As Jake McCabe, I mean, what a backhand pass, and wasn't able to get a lot on it either, Joe.
Yeah,
That was maybe forehand.
Pacioretty got there just a little bit late, and Bobrovsky by then had put the glove on it. 3:12 to go in the second period, and the Leafs hanging around, trailing 1-0, but being outshot 30-13. Joey Wall is having the game of his season. The draw is from. Leafs come out with it back to the point to Morgan Riley. Pass in, look at the deflection looking for Matthews. Couldn't get to it. Matthews unable to trap it, but now has to go off his skate. Matthews center. Oh, and Knives just failed to deflect that, and a penalty is coming.
And as we always ask, to who? Is it Knives got knocked into the net by Seth Jones. But who has got
It is Lundell getting the call.
That's tripping. So I'm not sure we saw that, but
No, I didn't see that.
But 2:57 to go here in the second period, and this is huge. This is a bit of a weak one. Leafs will take it.
Was it
It was on Matthews. It was on Matthews going to the net.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was there. That's when Matthews threw it out.
Almost looked like he was diving to try and get the puck out in front.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's a gift.
yeah, we'll take it if they can do something with it. Draw is won by Toronto. Punched into the corner, but cut off there by Mikkola. He fails to get it out. Nylander to Knives, around back in the net. Knives stops up. Right to center, goes off to the point. Now Marner a shot. That's blocked and the foot race is on. Marner trying to get back. Getting a piece there of Reinhart and a shot. Stop. Another shot. Oh, was able to make that save as well.
Oh boy, the danger of 5 forwards in the power play.
Here's Marner bringing it out. Looks to drop it back. Does now. Nylander, not much speed, and the pass went off a leg, and now Nye shoots it in. Slowed up by Bobrovsky, and it'll be cleared by Florida. .205 left to play in the period. 1:06 to go in this power play.
Second unit coming out already.
Ekman Larson ahead for Domi. Domi's going to shoot it in, and Bobby McMahon going in to provide some forechecking. Puck is knocked back along the boards. Domi couldn't get it, but it comes to the point with no one there, and Ekman Larson has to go back to center ice to recover.
And the way Bobby McMahon, 20 games, going back to the regular season without a goal.
Here's Ekman Larson in with a shot. That's going to go ramping off the stick of Gustav Forsling up into the screen. And a face-off coming in the Florida zone. With a minute 37 left to play in the period. Marner got in and was looking for the one-timer, but it was in his feet. And that's what created the rush on the short side. And then, boy, Wall had to come across again, didn't he?
He's been the story of the game right now.
That was Barkov who had the extra chance, I believe.
The second unit stays out for the Leafs, although Nylander has joined them now.
40 seconds to go. Nylander got the puck back to Morgan Riley. Riley in the middle of the ice for the shot. It's deflected by Domi, but it was off the skate line. Nylander against the boards, trying to keep it in. Along the wall is Domi, but it is grabbed off by Mikkola. Then around the wall to the far side. Down into the corner, now into the front for Morgan Riley. Down the wall. Shot it through the goal, but knocked away. Great scoring chance there for the Leafs.
Boy, Riley found Domi at the side of the net, but Bobrovsky, I think, gets the piece.
Pass in front, intercepted again by Florida. Penalty expires with less than a minute to go in the period. Lead pass deflects to the blue line, and it is cleared back into neutral ice. Panthers get across the line, but are taken out of the play there by Scott Laughton. And I believe it's going to be an offside call here that will stop play. What a chance Domi had.
And Morgan Riley just ended up with the puck inside the line, middle of the ice. And I mean, just walks right in, and he's got Domi wide open. Oh, Domi never does get it to the net.
No.
I think it's a right-handed shot.
I think the puck bounced on him too. It wasn't on the ice, but off the sort of the shaft of his stick instead of the paddle. 46.6 seconds to go in the period. Jake McKay got it ahead. Shot that was broken up and now a fallen player by the Leafs. But a great play made there by McKay to break up the rush momentarily. A long shot goes well wide of the Leafs goal. Puck comes free. Shot blocked and getting it around back of the net for Jake McKay. He has difficulties with it. He'll get it back to Chris Cannon. 22 seconds left in the period as the Leafs get it to center. Kulikov, long lead pass, off the stick and into the league zone. Dozen seconds left in the period. Kachuk with a hit there on Cannabis is pushed ahead and down into Florida territory and quickly shot right back out again. 4 seconds left in the period. Right wing side, crosses in front of the net. The horn ends the period with Bennett trying to get loose in front of the goal.
You know, it used to be that you got down to the last 8 or 9 seconds of a period and you thought, okay, that's it for this one. Let's get ready for the next one.
Have you watched any of the series this year, Mr.
Until this year's playoffs, whether it's Winnipeg scoring late to tie it or the goal last night for the Vegas Golden Knights, Riley Smith, with 0.4 seconds to go, wins it for Vegas. So you no longer look and say, oh, 9 seconds. This is done because a lot can happen.
Well, Matthew Nyes has had a hand in this over the course of the season.
He did that in Pittsburgh, yeah.
At any rate, Leafs outshot 14-8 in the period, 29-12 after 40 minutes. But they're down 1, and Joseph Wall has been the story of this game. You're listening to Molson Leaf Hockey on Sportsnet 590, the fan on the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Keep your team jersey and rally towel close by and help bring the championship home. For all your other treasures, store them with Access Storage. They're Canadian. Try 4 weeks free at accessstorage.ca.
Golfballs.com is now serving you in Canada. Personalize your favorite ball with a variety of custom options or add your company logo to balls from the very best brands in golf. Buy now and use promo code PRINTED for free text personalization only at golfballs.com.
Discover more value than ever at Loblaws. Get a whole chicken for just $1.99 a pound. Hurry, offer May 14th. Shop in store or online today. Conditions apply. See flyer for details. Loblaws, proudly Canadian since 1919. Seco Days. Save big on your paint project. Up to 50% off Seco Lash Paint. Better to taste, better to deal. Don't wait. Offer ends May 14th.
I had to find a bar to watch the last period or something. Getting really late there. Makes you nervous. They're like
Your motorhome or travel trailer isn't just for getaways. It's a moneymaker on wheels. Most RVs sit parked in the driveway. With RV Easy, you can rent out your RV and earn over $12,000 this year. Founded, owned, and operated by Canadians, RV Easy takes care of everything, including full insurance on every rental. And best of all, you choose when to rent and set your own pricing. List your RV for free today at RVEZY.com. That's RVEZY.com. RV Easy. Rent your RV, make money easy.
It was a Riley day in Petersville when Hockey Star Morgan Riley asked for a really big pizza. So we made an 18-inch extra large, 2 inches bigger than the big pizza conglomerates. He liked it so much, we decided to name it after him. Now you can enjoy the Riley Big Pizza without ever being slammed into the balls. Call Pizza
Batesville at 736-3636.
At Newborough, we develop unique plans so people can unlock the equity in their home. Unique like this one. It's called the Wand Plan. Mark and Maria were searching for a way to invest in their future and increase their cash flow. We created a plan with a strong foundation, erased debt, and even helped Maria finish some additional schooling. We think that's pretty smart. Reach out today. We'll work side by side to unlock the equity in your home. Use your home to get a loan with Newborough. Laser 13115.
You're listening to Toronto Maple Leafs playoff hockey. On Sportsnet 590, The Fan, and the Leafs Radio Network.
Welcome back to Ultimate Hockey on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Taylor Schwarber and Justin Cuthbert, and we're still at a 1-0 lead for the Florida Panthers after 40 minutes on that goal of the first period. Carter Verhaeghe on power play, and it's held ever since. And I mean, I think we got to start with Joseph Woll. That was the great call by Bonesy, but he has kept the Maple Leafs in this game. It is the Woll show. We talked about it in our pregame show, and I think I said, you know, nobody's really stolen a game yet between him and Bobrovsky or Stolarz. It's been kind of a mid-off between those two, Bobrovsky and Woll. But he's like he was listening to me. He's like, you want to see me steal a game? I will. But the Maple Leafs have to help him out because it's all Woll at this point, and he's been playing pretty phenomenally.
Yeah, certainly. He's been really, really good in this period, or in this game so far, excuse me, and he's been really good, maybe his best period or best periods of the season so far for Joseph Woll. He looks comfortable in there, and that's, I think, what you didn't see mostly in Game 3, but Joseph Woll has answered any real criticism or concern about his play because he just looks like he's, supposed to be in there in net for Game 4 of this crucial second-round series with the Florida Panthers. But you're right, the Maple Leafs are going to have to break free or break through if that's going to mean anything in the end, because certainly there have some struggles here from an offensive standpoint. The power plays, which were maybe expected in the second period, given what happened in the first, did not yield or did not bear fruit, unfortunately, for the Maple Leafs. So Woll's probably going to continue or have to continue to be on his toes, keep it at 1, which is probably not plausible necessarily, but if there's one knock on Florida when at their best, is they have an inability sometimes to separate. They can continue to dominate a one-goal game and let their opposition still have a chance, a chip and a chair, one shot to tie the game or potentially take the lead. So if Joseph Woll can continue to keep it close, the Maple Leafs will have a chance in this third period to make good on his performance.
Yeah, per natural stat trick, he's got 1.75 more goals saved above expected in that game. So certainly holding the Leafs within a very attainable 1-goal period. Like they can easily do what Florida's done, play a really good third period. This whole series has been the Leafs kind of being on their heels a little bit in the end of games. Now they can do that to Florida. They can turn it on and be like, hey, Panthers did this multiple times. It's one game, it's one period, it's 1 goal. And if they're able to make this a tie game, like you think that the momentum that you're seeing from Joseph Woll, you mentioned it, he feels more comfortable in that. Like that's easier to play in front of when your goalie is making big saves, when you're in Bonesy calls where he's, Joseph Woll, keeping them in this game. Like you on the bench should think, all right, let's go win this for Joe, because he had a tough game on the weekend or on Friday night. We're right in this. Like they should be in that locker room right now thinking, let's go get this. Like we're right in grasp.
Yeah, they might be thinking, though, of their squandered opportunities. They got 3 power plays in that period. They spent 5 minutes on the power play of the 20 minutes. The first power play, which was off a Luosterainen penalty, was brilliant. Like, they were dominant. It was a full 2 minutes, basically, of the top unit. They were buzzing. It looked like they were going to score on that power play opportunity, but it just didn't happen in the end. They get 2 more, though, and it's just ugly from there on in. Sam Bennett goes to the box. Sam Reinhart picks up the puck and basically just takes advantage of the complacency, gets the best chance of that penalty, and then more complacency a couple seconds later leads to a Marner penalty, and that power play does get cut short with the best chances belonging to Florida. Later on, Lundell takes a penalty, trips Matthews. The second unit is on within a minute because the first unit wasn't able to do anything with it. Nylander was rewarded with the second unit. 15-minute power play time there. So one guy who looked like the best of the core four was rewarded, but it looked like the coaching staff was a little unhappy.
Literally just park here and just like watch.
On the first unit after looking pretty sloppy with their third chance of the period.
Yeah, I'd be unhappy too. That first period, you know, it was a 4-0 power play advantage for the Panthers, and whether it was you knew you were going to get smoked in the first period. Like, it just had to happen, and they were calls that were pretty like, if that's second unit an opportunity. I think it was Bobby McMahon that didn't go on for Willie Nylander to get the full 2 minutes, but they did have that earlier for a full 2-minute power play. Like, they looked gassed after that. I was getting a little worried about the 5-forward unit when the puck goes back in the other end and Marner's laboring to get back. But yeah, all that's different between these two teams is the one power play goal and probably like 30 shot attempts for the Florida Panthers.
Yeah, the shot total is a little different, certainly after 40 minutes. Just the camera's going to pan to Marner when a mistake is made with the 5-forward power play. He did take the penalty, so maybe it's not totally fair. But it's been a tough
Condo's right beside Toronto General.
Looks a little sloppy. Looks like the confidence
That's
that he's been
convenient.
playing with, the
I
confidence
guess.
that top line has been playing with, maybe stunted.
Or it could be bad. Bad luck. I don't know.
It's going to be the third line with Vladimir Shaw versus the top line of Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. And so far, it's been basically exactly what Paul Maurice would want, which is nothing happening at even strength with the top line of the Maple Leafs tackling the third line.
Reception here sucks. Kids up yawning.
The Fan and the Leafs Radio Network.
Another great night for Mikko Rantanen. Stoppi, if you've heard that before. He has 3 points as the Dallas Stars beat the Winnipeg Jets 5-2 in Game 3 of the Western Conference semifinal, or the final of the Central Division. Rantanen playing real well, and Winnipeg had a bit of trouble in a bit of a trouble spot, I suppose, in Game 4 on the road.
Yeah, I saw Nazem Kadri tweet about it earlier today, saying rule number 1, you always keep the dogs, hashtag number 96.
DAWG.
No.
As well.
So I sent you the Marner hit quickly before break. What'd you think of it?
Yeah, that was a flying elbow from Dmitry Kulikov. There were things called, there were things missed, and that would be in the missed category, I suppose. So maybe if we're doing half-class full, another one coming. That is power plays for the Maple Leafs in the third period.
Okay, it's 1-0 after 40 minutes. Joe Bowen and Jim Rout will have the call the third period next. You're listening to Multiple Leafs Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Is your outdated print infrastructure slowing down your productivity? As a proud Canadian company, Digital Business Systems is honored to be named the 2024 Canada HP Managed Print Services Partner of the Year. In collaboration with HP, DBS delivers secure, cost-effective print solutions that lighten the load on your IT team and elevate your employees' digital experience. Learn more at dbsnps.com/HP. It's me, your power pet, with very, very dry soil. Sad, I know. It didn't have to be like this. If the landscaper had just used mulch, I'd retain more moisture. But there's no use thinking about that now. Cutting corners has consequences.
Build it right. Build it Rona. Rona Week is on. Now until Wednesday. Get Scott's Mulch 42.5-liter bags for only $3.67. Conditions apply. Details in store and more offers at Rona.com.
Hey, no problem.
On July 30th, purchase 40 Michelin passenger or light truck tires and receive up to $70 by prepaid MasterCard. Conditions apply. Details at Michelin.ca. Find a Michelin Tread Experts dealer near you at treadexperts.ca/location.
It's bonus round time on Get the Dirt. I'm Doug Spade, ready to dig in rings. I'll try 4 rolls.